Here's my bean plot where I burned a bunch of bushes over blackberries. And then I put down 3 different applications of JMS here in this location because I knew this ground is so bad here on this side of the yard. I've been trying to permaculture it for years. My mom was getting on me about the yard looking horrible. I mean, you can see it's bushes and everything. These bushes were all the way out here. I cut them all down and laid them down, and I cut these bushes over here, and I laid all the material and a bunch of weeds down, and then I just burned it all. And then when I burned it all down, I took the extra that didn't burn all the way, and it was crazy because it was the exact amount I needed to perfectly frame. I have so many things happen synchronistically like that. There's just the perfect amount I needed to fill in the frame with this beautiful burnt wood that it just like turned out so well looking. And then these bean bushes are like really starting to produce, and they're starting to flower too. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do it the medieval method that I watched, and I'm just going to let it grow and grow and grow and grow and just get all tangled up, and then let it all dry and all die. And then at the end of the season, I'm going to come through and cut through it. And I'm going to cut it all off, and I'm going to set a bunch of cardboard down or a tarp or something, and I'm going to flail it on that tarp. And I'm just going to take sections of it and just keep flailing it and you know, throw it off to the side. Anything that doesn't come off, I'm going to go through it and get the last of it. But that seemed like, I mean, it seems it's a lot of work. I'm not saying it's not a lot of work, but compared to bending down and picking each individual one off, I think that's going to be much more effective. And all I did was just, I didn't know what to grow here. And then I thought, nitrogen fixer. So I just grabbed a bag of old beans that I had. I don't even remember what kind of beans they were, to be quite honest. And I just opened the bag up, and I came out here crazy after I had put done my first 2 microbial solutions. And then the last one, when I put those beans down, I like turned the sprinkler on this area for like 24 hours just to make sure it was super saturated and all those beans were saturated. Then I came in with a thick layer of leaves from the woods around my house, and I just raked those leaves. I made sure I left a little bit. I like spread the remaining leaves out so they covered the ground in the woods too. And then I took all those leaves and I brought it over here and I covered all the beans and everything. And then I turned my hose on again, and I did it for like 5 hours. I just let the sprinkler go back and forth here, back and forth, back and forth. And then I put down the final JLF before it rained, and I let it rain, and then I covered it up with a tarp, keep it covered up with a tarp for like 48 hours. And then I came back and watered it again and covered it back up with a tarp for like another 48 hours. And then I take the tarp off and check the soil, and it was fine. So I put the tarp back on it, and then they all started blooming. And I also put other plants in here too, but I don't see any of those coming up anywhere, really. So I did put some squash in here, and they're doing great. You can see the squash. I can't see nothing on my screen, but right here, and here on the edge, they're doing really good. But yeah, that's the story of the bean spot, and hopefully this will build the soil. When I cut it, I'm going to leave everything in the soil, and then I'm going to figure out what to come in next year with, or maybe even after this. I don't know if I can grow something in the winter here or not. I doubt it. But if I can, I will. I'll put a winter cover crop or something here, because I want to keep this ground covered, and I want to keep it fertile, and I want to keep it permaculture. That's why I have this here. This right here is like my little bird zone, and it also keeps it nice and shady. It makes like a little microclimate right here. That coolness from that shade over here kind of transfers a little bit, and I can feel it in the wind even when it blows from that direction, that it cools it down as it goes through the shade. And that's important when it gets 100-degree days, to keep in this area nice and locked in with the moisture in the ground. Plus the fact that my cool little sprinkler here is going to help with that too. Alrighty. That's the story of the bean patch.